welcome. We are very excited because we are going to be adding some items to our shop on Thursday at noon. You guys know if you've been around for a while, or maybe like I said, if you're new, you may not know, but we do a quarterly stamp of approval collection, and for those, we open up a wait list. They are very popular, and even though we order a ton of them, they sell out pretty quickly. So we do the wait list, and we open ordering first to those that are on the wait list. And also when you get on our wait list, you get on our email newsletter list, so you get all the types of fun tutorials and emails, and you get to be up to date with everything that we're doing. So as I was saying, our release that comes out on Thursday, it's different than stamp of approval as far as you don't have to sign up for a wait list. So at noon, all the products are going to hit our shop. We ordered what we felt we would, need for the release. So I don't know about selling out. Sometimes we sell out really fast and sometimes we don't. For instance, like the freshly picked that we did this summer with the swoop stencil that Shauna Klingerman illustrated. Every time we put it in the shop, it sold out like that day. I think we got it under control now. We have a good inventory. So we already talked about the cardstock that's coming to our shop. So let me grab it, and if you didn't see it yesterday, we have chocolate, and it coordinates with our icing on the cake ink pad, and I thought that was really fun, icing on the cake and chocolate. We have black. It's a really deep, awesome black, and this cardstock is 100 pounds. It's pretty heavy. It's very, very smooth. It's amazing cardstock. And then we have smoke and mirrors. So light, or it's not really light. It's a medium gray and a dark gray, and you get a mixed pack of these two. I know in my stamp room, I use the most of black, and second is probably chocolate. And then after that would be gray. So we decided to do a mixed pack on that because I think people use chocolate and black more. But if that's not the case, you guys let me know, because I just guess and I assume that you guys are the same as me. And then essentials, we're going to add craft room essentials to our shop as well, because I know as a crafter, it can be overwhelming to find those staple items that you need in the sea of the internet. And if you don't have a local crafting store, if you do, please support them. But if you don't have a local crafting store, it can be overwhelming online to find the things that you want and need. So the things that I use the most and that I think should be in everyone's craft room, we are putting into the shop. So we have a little load of product that we're putting in, and we're not done. We will be adding more. So when we get those in and you guys have thoughts, let us know what else you want to see in there. So here is the card that I made yesterday. Here it is. So Shauna did the hello, and then we have flower stamps. Are you guys ready to see the whole set of these flowers? You ready? Dun, dun, dun. Here it is. This stamp set is called Tilly's Magic Garden, and it's going to be in our shop tomorrow. And does anybody have any guesses as to who our illustrator is for this? You guys like it? I love this set. I wanted a layering stamp set in our store like this because of our selection of inks that we have now. We have so many colors spanning the whole rainbow that it just lends itself to multi-step stamping. I wonder if I turn this around and show you, because on the back of our stamp sets, we appreciate and love our illustrators, and we want to celebrate them. So we put the names on the back. And let me see if you guys can read that. Anybody read that? It's not backwards, is it? We are in the Eastern Time Zone, Alma. Can you guys read the illustrator? Lydia Evans illustrated this stamp set. Isn't it awesome? There she is. Hey, Lydia. So Lydia and I have been working together on illustrating, I've been working with her and she illustrates the stamp sets. And Lydia, how many do we have so far? You're so nervous. You are amazing, my friend. So exciting. She's shy. Tilly's Magic Garden, and it's called that because it's named after her daughter. If you guys remember way back in our first Stamp of Approval collection, we had Eva's favorite flowers, and Eva is my youngest daughter, and she gets on a lot of lives and videos with me. My other girls haven't really said too much about it until recently. My oldest Anna is like, how come there's no stamp set named after me? So I might have to work on that. But we named it after Eva, and so she wanted to name this after her daughter, Tilly. So it's Tilly's Magic Garden, and it has Those Who Don't Believe in Magic Will Never Find It by Roald Dahl. And so we decided it was the Magic Garden. So yay! So Lydia, we have been working together since late spring, and we have a stamp set and dies coming out in November. We have 2 amazing, ridiculous floral sets that will be coming out in 2018. Am I spilling too many beans right now? And then we have another set that is a multi-step layering set. Well, actually we have several multi-step layering sets. Wait till you guys see what Lydia can do with these multi-stamps. Awesome. And then, what else? Oh, and we're working on the January collection. And so Lydia's working on that. I can spill. So we have, is it 2 floral sets and a butterfly set coming out in 2018? And then we have something coming out in November from Lydia. So yay! We're so excited to have Susie! Susie says all the beans. I can spill all the beans. Well, I don't know about all the beans, but I spilled some good beans, right? So I would like to do some stamping for you guys. It is hot, and I get very excited when I'm on Facebook Live. So I'm going to put my hair up. Luckily, I was ready with my hair tie, and we're going to go to Love Your Sets because oh yeah, we don't have a lot of cutesy. The stamp set that's coming out in November could lean toward cutesy, but we kept it. Oh my gosh, it's awesome. Don't mean to tease. Okay, so we're gonna go to the stamp table. So on Facebook Live, here is the card I made yesterday. Thanks, Shauna. Thanks for being here. So I wanted to talk you guys through this set real quick because I am gonna be totally honest with you guys. You know that's how I roll. I don't lie. I don't hide. I tell you as it is. When I got this stamp set out and I started stamping, I was really overwhelmed by it because there are so many pieces and there's so many layering possibilities. So I wanted to give you some tips for layering. So the first thing I did was I thought about what colors I wanted to use. So I started pulling colors that are gonna layer. So if you go rainbow and light to dark, you are going to have great colors for layering. So we have pink, darker pink, and then red. These will layer together beautifully. So then I pulled out Bellini, Orange Twist, Tiki Torch, and Tiara. So these are going to layer perfectly. You can go this and then this. You can go this, this, and then this. You can go this, this, this. You can even throw Tutti Frutti in here if you want. So I had those ready. And then my greens, I had these. And if you want to add even more green, we can go with the yellow green. And then I'm not finding grass skirt on my desk right now, but grass skirt is going to go here. So I got those ready. And then It's a Boy and Something Borrowed. Aquatini and Mint to Be. These are going to layer beautifully together. And if you got, not our last box, but the one before it, it has all that jazz in it, which would layer here. So think about rainbow order light to dark for layering. Okay, so then I just kind of stacked them up on top of each other because, you know, lots of ink pads like this can get a little out of control. If you want to add in some purple, you can go Sweet 16 and then Pixie Dust on top of that, or you can go Pixie Dust with Fleur de Fuchsia on top. You can go Sweet 16 with Fleur de Fuchsia on top, or you can do all 3 if you have 3 different stamps that are going to layer on top of each other. Okay, so I stacked those up and set them aside. And then you might want to start on scratch paper. So I keep kind of a bin of scratch paper nearby, which, there we go, scratch paper. And then I just start experimenting with my layers. So maybe I'm gonna go pixie dust with Flirty Fuchsia on top. Oh my gosh. Hello. That looks awesome. I'm so happy that Lydia made this set for us. It's so much fun. So I'm going to do those two, and I'm going to set those aside, and then maybe I want to do some pink. So let me go find two more. Oh, I used these yesterday on my card, and I used blue. All right, so we're going to do It's a Girl, and then this layer on top. Okay, so those work, and I'm just going to rest my stamp on top and set it aside. So what I end up doing is just laying these all out on my stamp table, and I take up a lot of space when I do this. And then we need some green. So, I don't know. This is leaning a little bit more dark, so maybe I want to use Lime Ricky. We have layering leaves in this set, but if you don't want to do the layering and you just want to do, oh my gosh, how cute is that? So does that help? So Lydia, in the sets that she has coming out, most of them have a quote in them, and I'm loving that. It's so fun to see what quotes she likes. That is how I kind of step back and breathe and figure out my layering. I hope that's helpful. I know it helps me. So I'm going to set these aside because I want to show you some other things. This is what I made the other day. Oh my gosh, I love it. So do you guys want to know some more of the craft room essentials that we're adding? Oh, well, hey, I forgot. We still have a product. We have the Turkish Delight stencil. This, to me, I'll show you. I'm going to show you in a minute because it kind of looks like a lattice, like a fence. But Ingrid and I were sitting around the office one day talking about what to name it, and Erica was there before she scooted across the pond to the UK, and we kind of felt like it had a, what was it, like a Moroccan feel to it, and so one of us blurted out Turkish Delight, and we just thought that was such a fun name. It just sounds fun when you say it. So this is Turkish Delight. Say hello. So I have some washi tape. It's very old, and I don't know how sticky it is, but we'll test it out. We'll see how this is going to work. So for craft room essentials, one of the things that we're adding to the shop, because I am obsessed with this stuff, glass bead glitter gel. You guys know that I'm totally obsessed with this, so I have to have it in the shop. And I wanted to show you what it looks like when you have a floral stamped background, and then you just spread it over, and then we're going to let it dry. So I'm hoping by the time I show you all of the other things, this will be dry and you can see how awesome it looks. If not, maybe I'll hop on live again later and show you, because the pictures are not going to do it justice. But this smells like glue. It's a little bit of a wet-ish medium. It has glass beads in it. And when you first apply it, it's going to look milky, but it dries clear and glittery and sparkly and amazing. Wipe off my knife, and guess what? These are going to be in the shop too. I have lots of palette knives, and this is my absolute favorite, and it's less than $2. I don't remember the price of it, but it's not much. It's just the perfect palette knife. I love it, so I thought maybe you guys would love it, and we're putting that in the shop too. Oops. All right, now I am going to remove that, and I'm going to have a mess. And right now, it doesn't look like too much, but when this dries, it's going to be awesome. I have a little bit of a mess going on. Try to clean this up. So does anybody have glass bead glitter gel already? Yeah, I love this stuff. Just going to wipe this up. So on Thursday at noon, glass bead glitter gel will be under our mediums section of the shop because I love it. We are also adding Whipped Spackle and Texture Luxe because I love these too. So glass bead glitter gel is going to hit your need for mediums with sparkle. This is going to hit your need for just a general embossing paste that's a little bit more kind of whippy, thus Whipped Spackle. And of course you can color it, which I'm going to show you. And then Texture Luxe is a great medium that has a pearl. This is Pearl Texture Luxe. So it's going to go with everything. It has a pearlescent look to it, and it's just a great medium. One thing that I am excited about is that you are going to be able to mix the Whipped Spackle with our ink and get colored Whipped Spackle, and then you can add it to your project. Okay? You can also obviously do, let's do something borrowed. And we'll do some Pearl Texture Luxe. And then you can have just regular clear or white Texture Luxe, or you can have colored with any of our ink colors. Okay, and then you can also, you guys probably know this, glass bead glitter gel you can color. How about we do, where's my flirty fuchsia? Boy, I'm gonna have a giant mess to clean up when I'm off here. Anyone want to come over and help me? Okay, so glass bead glitter gel has glass beads in it, so it's going to dry fairly clear, but it's going to be very, very glittery and shimmery. And then the Whipped Spackle is, everybody's familiar with embossing paste, right? So it's basically an embossing paste that is very whipped, kind of like icing or frosting. And you can use it with your stencils. And then the Pearl Texture Luxe is a great medium to use with stencils also, and it just has this great pearl to it. So cleaning them off of the stencil, that's a great question. Oh, let me pull that up and you can see. Don't let me forget to answer that. But you can see the Whipped Spackle has a matte look to it. The Pearl Texture Luxe obviously has a pearl look. And then when this dries, you're gonna see it is just a gorgeous, glittery awesomeness. And then cleaning, I just take these to the sink and I just wash them in the sink. You can use a little soap and water, but make sure you do it pretty quickly. Otherwise, your mediums will dry and you won't be able to get them off. I'm not done with craft room essentials. Okay, so we're gonna add the quick stick into the shop. We have several different sequin packs by Lucy. So another thing I wanted to show you, do you guys know how I am totally obsessed with smushing and watercolors? So that looks like this. Take your ink pad, smush it down. You're gonna spray it. You're gonna dip your cardstock. You're gonna dry. And when you do that over and over, you get a really great layered, a lot of depth to your background, and it's just awesome. One thing that Ingrid has brought into my world, I had no idea about this, was the distress sprayer. Do you guys have this? I'm a simple gal, and I'm thinking, I have a sprayer that I can get from the section in Target, and it's like $1, so why would I buy this? And then I got one and I played with it, and I'm in love. It is really great because you can do a fine mist, or you can pull the trigger very gently and see how it spits out some big drops. And I love doing that with this technique and getting big drops. See that? What are you using on your stamp surface? It is a craft mat, and you can get one from Ranger, Tim Holtz, or honestly, like if you go to Amazon and do oven liner, they're on there. And someone else shared a link with me online somewhere where you can get them pretty inexpensively. Now be warned, when you go on Amazon, there are some really cheap thin ones, and I did get one and it was rubbish, as my UK friends say. If you take your paper towel or baby wipe, you can see these giant splotches that I got from the distress sprayer. I love it. So we're adding this to the shop too. And if you were with me yesterday, you know we're getting the multi-glue in there. And so basically in the shop, our goal is to be one stop for all the necessities. A lot of stuff and not a lot of fluff. Stuff that every crafter, every stamper really needs to have in their arsenal. We also have, these have been in there, the sparkle pens. You guys see the sparkle on that? Yes, this is watercolor paper. We don't have watercolor paper in the shop yet because I haven't found a watercolor paper that I love enough at a great price. So we have been kind of sitting on that. So just to recap, I'm still waiting for my glass bead glitter gel to dry. We have Lydia Evans stamp set that's coming out. We have the Hello die, which, where is it? Can't find it right now. Well, let me show you another card that I made. So here's another card that I made with the Tilly's Magic Garden and the Hello die. I love this. This is something borrowed with It's a Boy, and then Party Dress and It's a Girl, Sweet 16 and Flirty Fuchsia, and then Lime Ricky. And then here we have Tiara and Tiki Torch. This that I did a little bit ago. It's drying. I may have to hop on here later when it's totally dry. But I do have another card here. Check it out. So can you see it's like, it's pretty clear. I just stenciled right over my stamping, and you can see the stenciling or the stamping perfectly through that stencil, but it just gives a really fun texture. It reminds me kind of like a fence, like a lattice fence that you might grow flowers up. Love it. So that's that. Well, that was fun. I showed you guys a lot of things. What time is it? How long have I been on? Half an hour. So the products will go live at noon Eastern time. So our schedule is October, it's probably looking like the second Tuesday in October is the next stamp of approval. That will be our holiday collection. And then after that in November, we will have our next collection of inks. And I said our next collection. It's a little clue. I can't wait. You may have seen, I had a picture of some die cuts on Facebook one day. Here's, oh, I got a low power mode, so I got to go in a minute. Here is a quick little sneak peek. How about that? That's all you're going to get today. Heather, welcome. Penny, yes, we have sets of ink pads. So if you go to our store, shop.catherinepooler.com, you will see all of our inks. And I don't think I have it here. The great thing, well, there's many great things about our inks. So if you're not familiar with them, go to catherinepooler.com/ink. But they stamp beautifully. There's no splotching. And if there is splotching, it probably means that your ink pad needs a little bit of ink refill on it. They stamp perfectly. They stamp like a dream, and the colors are vivid and bright and full. They're awesome. So I'm on low power mode now. I'm probably going to lose my battery in a second. Thanks to all of you that came in and hung out with me today. I appreciate you guys. You make my job so much fun. Oh, I was talking about the ink. So yeah, go to shop.catherinepooler.com and go to ink, and you'll see all of it. You can buy them individually, or you can buy them by the bundle. So thanks for being here, you guys. Awesome, Lydia.